Okay, so this is a video on a quick intro to the basic tools of Coggle. Remember, the website is coggle.it. Okay, so remember you should have already signed up for a account with Coggle. Okay, so after you've done that once, you just need to click login. Okay, so click up here for login. Remember, you're going to sign in with your Google account. Make sure you are signed in to your school GAFE account. Then it will take you there automatically. I'm going to click on sign in with Google. See that I'm already logged in with Google. So I'm going to click on that. Remember, it's your at cjuhsc.net account. So up here it should look like your long ID at cjuhsc.net. Remember, I'm using the free version. Please don't pay for anything with this website. You don't need to buy anything. So later on, once you create more Coggles, it will appear here. But for now, we're going to create a new diagram. So up here. If you wanted to upgrade, you can, but like I said, I just want you to use the free version. So I'm going to click Create Diagram, and it's going to create a brand new page. So it's going to look something like this. It has my account settings up here. Okay, and then if you have any questions about the different menu features that I'm going to be talking about, if you click on this question mark, it actually tells you what the shortcuts are and what the menu options are. All right, so I'm going to click X. Okay, so this text box shows at the very beginning, and this is where you're going to create your title. So I'm going to click to edit the title. So I'm going to click inside the box, and I'm going to type my title here. But I also want you to type your first and last name as well as the period. Okay, and then I'm going to press enter. And member titles, you want them to stand out quite a bit. Okay, so this is a little bit too small, so I'm going to click on it. And if you see right here on the right hand corner, if you mouse over, it says drag to change the text size. You could do that, or you could click on this text formatting up here, but this is good enough for us. So we're gonna make it a little bit bigger, click and drag, okay, and then press enter. And then click out of there. All right, so then now your text box is nice and big. So you're always going to want to have the title of the assignment, your first and last name, and the period that you have me on the center. Okay, so if you wanted to, you can mouse over. Do you see the 4 sides? And you should see a little plus. That is what's going to give you a branch. So if I click on this, okay, it's going to give me a branch, and it's going to assign a color randomly. You can change this later on. So right here, it's going to open up a text box, and I'm going to say branch 1. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter, and it's right here. All right, now if I wanted another branch in the same side, then I could click the plus again right here, and it's going to automatically form another branch. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. But then if I wanted a branch on this side, then I could click on a branch here. If I wanted 3, then I click it 3 times. Okay, and it's going to form like those here. If you click outside anywhere on the white, okay, if you click and then hold, all right, okay, click and then hold, it can drag the canvas for you, but I'm going to keep it in the middle. If you click on the text and hold, and then you're going to drag this branch. Maybe you don't like it looking like this. Okay, so I'm going to click and hold it, and then move the branch over this way. Okay, see how it jumped from one side to the next? You could also make it do that. But I'm going to kind of branch it out a little bit here. And then branch number 2, same thing. I'm going to branch it out so that it looks like this. Maybe you wanted to add another branch, then you could click plus here. And oops, I accidentally clicked an extra one. So what you could do is you can use, maybe you only wanted 3 branches. So branch, okay, 3. And then, oh, I actually want 2 before 3, so I'm going to click, and then I'm going to click on this and then drag it up here in between, and then branch 3 down here. But maybe you didn't want this one. So what you could do is you can mouse over that little plus button, okay, and then right click on it, and it'll give you additional options with these things. If you mouse over it, then it'll tell you what those are, like color. Okay, you could delete the branch, copy it, drag and transplant it, add another branch. Okay, so you could kind of play around with the menus. All right, if I wanted to delete it, I'm going to click on this X and it'll delete it for me. All right, so again, I just wanted 3 branches on this side. So I'm gonna write it like this. Okay, maybe you wanted a sub branch for 1, so maybe you wanted 3. So I'm gonna mouse over where it was the text box and then click on it 1, 2, 3 times to create those 3 branches. Maybe if you click on it, you could type here. Okay. All right. But if you click on it, you could also upload an image from your computer or your laptop. So you could click on that and add a file. There is an option to link to a website and search for icons as well. So you could do the icons, but I recommend not doing the websites. If you put a link to a website here, I'm going to count it as you did nothing there. Okay, so you could either type something on there or add image. Okay, those are your 2 options for my particular class. So I think these guys are a little bit too close together. Okay, maybe I put a definition here. All right, okay, and then it's a little bit too close. I wanted it a little bit further apart. Remember, click and then drag, click and then drag. All right, if you wanted to change the color, okay, so I'm gonna click on maybe 5 branches here because maybe it was various steps. So it's like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. And oops, I made an extra branch. So remember, right click and then you click on the X. Okay, maybe I just don't want this as a blue branch. Maybe I wanted it as a yellow branch. So I'm going to right click on it again, and here's the color wheel. And like I said, we want to use the free version. So the outer ring of colors, I believe you have to pay for. So if you click on it, okay, yeah. So if you see, anytime you see this, that means it's a paid feature. You don't need the paid feature. So I'm just going to click out of that. So again, I'm going to right click on that and click on the color wheel. The inside color wheel is free. So I'm going to click on the yellow. It changes all of that. If you only wanted to change one of that, so if you right click on it again, color wheel, maybe I wanted it this green, it'll change just that branch as well. Okay, so if you wanted to maybe drag this guy to over here, same thing, you could click on this and then just move it over so that it creates a different link. And again, you could just move it around. It's a click and drag. Okay, so it kind of makes it nice for you. So remember, start with the prompts that I give you. These are your first major sets of branches. Okay, so if your major branches was the cell organelles, maybe it'll go here, and then you'll create more branches to create more the different types of organelles, and then create more branches to tell me maybe the definition or maybe a picture or maybe an example. Okay, and then if this was organelles and this was cellular respiration, then you could give me steps to the cellular respiration in the different branches. So remember, I'm looking to see how you are organizing the information. Okay, remember, I'm looking to see how you link your ideas and concepts. I'm looking to see how you are connecting the large amount of information that you've received and how you are processing it in a way that makes sense. Okay, so think, how are things connected to one another? What are the relationships that they have? What are the different kinds of categories and subcategories? What are the major parts, the major functions, or the major concepts? Okay, are there steps involved? What are they? What's the best way to illustrate the different steps in them? Okay, do you need to define anything? Put definitions there, or in another branch, include a diagram maybe, or include any references. Especially if you grabbed a picture off the internet, you are going to have to put a reference on there. Okay. How does your color help to organize the information in a way that makes sense? Okay, if you just have random color here, it's going to draw your eye to it. Why did you use that color? Okay, so make sure it actually makes sense. Okay, does the concept show hierarchy, how things are ordered, how things are categorized? Okay, did you include enough detail? Remember, just the vocabulary words are not enough. You are going to have to include definitions for the major ones. Okay, so if you remember the requirement, what I give you is the minimum requirements. Okay, if you just do the minimum requirements, that's a C. That does not give you an A. You need to add details and organize it in a way. You have to go above and beyond the minimum requirements in order to get an A for this particular assignment. When you have finished your assignment, so say you have everything on here that you wanted, okay, you are going to save it as a PDF file. Please do not send me a link to this, okay? Canvas is not going to accept it. So what you're going to do is click on this download Coggle, okay? So you're going to click on that, and you're going to download as PDF, okay? So you're gonna click on this download as PDF. So after you have downloaded it, it's gonna look something like this. Double check and make sure it's exactly what you wanted. Click here, okay, and it's gonna open up a window to ask you to download it. So I'm going to download it. Okay, so make sure you put your first and last name. Okay, actually last name, first name, and then the title. All right, and then save it to a location where you are going to understand, where you already know. Okay, so you're gonna click to save it, so it's gonna save it somewhere. Okay, and then after you have saved it, you are going to submit it to Canvas. So make sure you know the location of your saved file. So you're going to go to your Canvas assignment and then click on Submit Assignment, and then you're going to upload that PDF file. Please remember to double check and make sure that your assignment loaded properly on Canvas. Okay, you're going to have to check if it loaded incorrectly. All right, then you are going to receive a 0 for that assignment if I cannot see anything that's on there. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know and ask me, and class is the best option. Okay, and hope this was helpful.